What is up, Sagittarius? How y'all doing, man? Guess what time it is? It's my favorite time of the month. It's time for the mid-month messages. So why is that my favorite time of the month? I'm glad you asked, because of what I'm looking for specifically. What I'm looking for in the mid-month messages is I am checking to see if timelines have changed. Yes, timelines can change very easily, might I add. All you got to do is take the advice that was given in the main monthly reading and apply it to your situation. And that could potentially change your timeline. That's the whole reason why I give advice. And now that's the whole reason for this video here tonight. So, for those of you in need of a personal reading, the information is right down there in the description of this video. All right, y'all, let's jump into this. I want to start this off with the person that you're interested in. The person that you're interested in. Let's see if timelines changed. Have timelines changed between Sagittarius and their love interest? If timelines change, did they change for the better or for the worse? How are the timelines looking between Sagittarius and their love interest universe? Damn, dog. I had a feeling that was going to come out. This was yelling at me the whole time I was shuffling. I was trying to see if I could shuffle around it, but okay, so this is the Sagittarius card, by the way, but it's the Temperance in the reverse. Getting a little bit impatient, huh? Getting a little bit impatient. Tired of waiting to see where this is going. Tired of waiting on this person to make up their mind. You're just getting impatient with this situation altogether. Eight of Pentacles, Magician reversed. Man, look, communication. Horrible, dude. Horrible. Got a little bit of codependency energy in here, though. Man, I don't want to talk about that tonight. I don't want to talk about that tonight. Okay. I'll make my guides a deal. Guides, I really don't want to talk about this bullshit tonight. But if you want me to, bring the card out one more time. Okay. Deal. I don't want to unpack all this shit tonight. But if this card comes out one more time, I'm going to have to go down this rabbit hole. Okay? All right. Anyway. I'm feeling like you're cutting things off with this person and jumping in with somebody else. I feel like there's a totally different love offer, love option coming in, and you're jumping in with somebody else. Yep. Moving on from this, jumping in with somebody else. Some of you dealing with a Pisces, could be a fellow Sagittarius, but like I said, I think that's your energy. Got Aries here. All right. Okie dokie. Well, let's see how this person feels about you. What their truest, deepest feelings, energies, and intentions are. Person Sagittarius is interested in. What are their truest, deepest feelings, energies, and intentions? What kind of person are they in general? Hierophant reversed. I think they're a commitment phobe. They a commitment phobe, bruh. Devil card. This is pretty clear cut and to the point. They don't want commitment. All they really want is a sex-based connection. Yup. There's no other way for me to spin that spread. 8 of Cups. Okay, well, ain't no other way to spin that spread, dude. Ever since their last relationship ended, they're not trying to get in an actual relationship. I think they're still having a hard time moving on from their last relationship. I don't know when that was. I don't know if that was recent or if they've been holding on to this for the past 2 or 3 years. I don't know. But, yeah, Devil card, Hierophant reversed. Okay, well, does this need any advice? Any advice for Sagittarius? Advice for Sagittarius. 4 of Swords reversed. Don't waste a bunch of time sitting around overthinking this. No. Don't waste a bunch of time sitting around overthinking this. Either a love offer needs to be made, or it's time to boot, scoot, and boogie. So for those of you wondering whether or not moving on from this and accepting a new offer is a good idea, you got the green light. I don't know who needs to hear this. I don't want to get too specific here. But I feel like some of you are dealing with somebody who already told you what they wanted in the beginning. I know that's not all of you, but I hear that a lot in my personal readings. A lot. Been dealing with somebody for 6 months. When we met, they told me they didn't want anything serious, but I'm catching feelings. Do they want more? No. If somebody tells you they don't want nothing serious, listen to them. Listen to them. If you don't think you could handle a situation with somebody that doesn't want anything serious, don't do it. Again, I know that's not all of you, but I know it's a couple of you. So, yeah, you got the green light. We'll look and see here in a few minutes who the next person is that's coming in next. But, yeah, you got the green light on that. All right. First, we're going to take a look and see what's going on with the person from the past. Past person. Past person. Have timelines changed between Sagittarius and the past person? If you're not inquiring about a past person, this is not for you. If timelines changed, did they change for the better or for the worse? Boom. 10 of Wands reversed. Ooh, Ace of Wands Tower card, man. No. Honestly, it kind of feels like you're making the decision to just slam the door shut on this. Let the tower burn to the ground. Start new and start fresh. Yeah. On to the next. They're too afraid to come forward. They do keep an eye on you, though. They do be checking up on you, see what you're up to. But they're too afraid to come forward. And it don't look like you're wasting any more time. It don't look like it. I was just telling Scorpio, for these mid-month messages, so far, 75% of the signs when dealing with the past person is closing it out. Now, I'm not seeing you closing this out. I'm not seeing that, but I am seeing you moving on from it. Running from it and not thinking about it isn't closing it out. But that's one step in the right direction. You just don't want to keep going in that direction. Anyway, let me see how this person feels about you. How's the person from the past feel about Sagittarius? How do they see you? How do they feel about you? What are their thoughts, feelings, and opinions? Hopes, dreams, and expectations. They out there trying to find somebody new, trying to replace you. They're just desperately trying to replace you. I don't think it's very successful either, might I add. They're still playing the victim too. They are still playing the victim. It looks like they're throwing in the white towel on this. Too afraid to come forward. Yeah. They're too afraid to come forward. Playing the victim. Just out there trying to replace you. So, this is a pretty clear cut and dry message here. Could be an Aries for some of you. Could be anybody. That's just some energy. Got another Aries card there. Okay, well, any advice? Damn, that's the most clear cut and dry past person message that's come through all damn month. Any advice for Sagittarius with the past person? Any advice for Sagittarius with the past person? Any advice? Emperor reversed. Nine of Pentacles. Okay. Well, I tell you what. Fool card reversed again for the third time in a row. Think about this. If somebody is too afraid to approach you, too nervous, too intimidated, how far do you think it'll go if you reach out to them? How far do you think it'll go? How do you think they'll respond or react? How does a person usually react when they feel insecure? How do they usually react? They usually react by trying to overcompensate, right? Meaning they probably won't be 100% genuine, open, upfront, and honest with you. They're probably not going to be 100% vulnerable with you. They'll probably just blow a bunch of smoke up your ass. Probably. Because they don't want you to know how they feel. They don't want you to know. Matter of fact, when it all comes down to it, they don't want to have any feelings. They don't want to. They want to just flip a switch, turn it off, and forget about it. Now, obviously, they haven't done that yet, but they definitely want you to think they have. So, I would think this through. Those of you who are thinking about reaching out to this person now, those of you making the decision to just move on from this and be on to the next. I'm not going to say don't do that. Absolutely not. That is a step in the right direction. But like I said, you don't want to keep going in that same direction. You don't want to just forget about it and bury it. You don't want to do that. Matter of fact, that is the reason why I released this course this month. The Steps to True Healing. True healing. Because most people don't know how to do that. And it's not anybody's fault that they don't know how to do that. The information in regards to how powerful your beliefs, your thoughts, and your perceptions are has been hidden from us for a very long time. Very long time. I will say this, though. Don't let a new relationship distract you from things that you need to heal from the past. And definitely do not try to jump into a relationship with the sole purpose of distracting yourself from something that needs to be healed from the past. Okay? If you got to move on from it for now, hey, that's cool. That's cool. Do what you got to do for now. But just know that eventually you're going to have to dig that back up and process through it. If you don't, it's going to find its way up to the surface. Oh, yes, it will. Oh, yes, it will. Yes, it will. And if you jump into a new relationship, start building a new foundation, get engaged, right? About to be married, and then that shit creeps up to the surface underneath of your subconscious mind, and you don't realize it, that can sabotage shit. Happens all the time. So, just keep that in mind, okay? All right. Let's see what's due to come in next. Is there a deck I haven't used? Let's see who's due to come in next for Sagittarius. Who is due to come in next? Boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Who's due to come in next? Two more shuffles, two more. Woo! Look at that, though. You know what that mean, right? You know what that mean, right? That's your person. Ooh, you're going on a little bit of a solo journey right now. Especially those of you newly single. If you're newly single, the universe is going to put you on a little path by yourself for a little bit. It's temporary. It's temporary. Okay? For those of you who have been on a solo journey for a little bit, that hasn't been that way by accident. It's been that way for a reason. Okay? Now, what happens when it's time to level up? You're tested. You're going to be tested. Don't feel singled out. You're the third sign that got that message this month. You're going to be tested. And from the looks of it, you're probably going to be tested more than once. And honestly, it doesn't look like the majority of you have any reason to fail this test. I think the majority of you have already been there, done that, bought the beer koozie and the t-shirt, heard that bullshit lie, had that game run on you. You've been there and done that. You've heard it all. You've seen it all. You've been lied to. You've been manipulated. You've been taken advantage of. You know, you've been there and done that, right? So A lot of you have developed some pretty tough, thick-ass skin. And now your bullshit-o-meter is sensitive than a motherfucker, boy. Sensitive than a motherfucker. You can smell that shit from a mile away, can't you? A mile away. All right, well, every time that comes through, that throws a monkey wrench in my flow. Should I just jump to some advice? Let's just jump to some advice. Because I feel like the vast majority of you are finally stepping into a very important energy. An energy of abundance from within. So let's just grab some advice. Let's grab some advice. Ooh, Page of Wands reversed. Look, I get it. A lot of you want to see the good in people and give people the benefit of the doubt. But don't waste your time on immature people. Okay? If you determine that somebody might be a little bit too immature, now this is going to sound mean. I don't mean to be mean. I'm not saying this to be a dick. But if somebody is too immature, it don't matter what their intentions are. It doesn't matter how good of a person they are. It doesn't matter what you think they're capable of. If they're too immature, they don't have the brains to be the person you need them to be. And I know that sounds like so dickish to say that, and I don't know any other way to say it. I don't mean to be an asshole, but like, for real though. For real. If you meet a kindergartner, this kid may be really, really, really intelligent. But that doesn't mean you waste your time trying to teach him algebra. He doesn't have the brains. It's not being an asshole, that's just stating a fact, you know? Let's see what else wants to come through. Boom. Hey. Don't sweep any red flags under the rug. Now, I'm not necessarily saying that once you see a red flag, you should just cut and run right away. But don't sweep them under the rug. Kind of seems like when it comes to red flags, people tend to do one of two extreme fucking things. Either they just stuff it under the rug, ignore it, pretend that it didn't happen, give them the benefit of the doubt, or they boot, scoot, and boogie right away. Take off running. Now, I always have to preface this before I go on. When I say red flags, I don't mean that if you find out this person is living a double life as a crack-addicted fucking prostitute on the weekends. That's not red flag, that's fucking run. I'm not saying that you find out this person just got out of prison after doing 20 years for some of the most heinous, unthinkable, atrocious fucking shit you could imagine. That's not a red flag, that's fucking run. Okay? I'm talking about common red flags, man. Inconsistencies, say one thing one day, another thing another day, actions not matching up with words, words not matching up with actions, you know, little shit like that. Shine a light on the red flags. Let it be known that you saw that shit. I already know you're going to do that. I don't know why this advice came through for you. If any goddamn body going to speak on a red flag, it's going to be a Sagittarius, isn't it? Come on now. But hey, maybe there's a couple of shy Saggies that are watching. I don't know. I ain't never met no goddamn Saggy that going to keep their mouth shut when a red flag pop up, but hey. But what I'm saying is shine a light on the red flag. Let it be known I saw that shit. And you ain't got to be rude about it. Matter of fact, pay very close attention to how you're delivering the message when you say it. Okay? Somebody's actions aren't matching up with their words. All you got to say is, hey, maybe I'm going crazy, but I could have swore the other day you said you were going to do this, but now you're doing that. Maybe I misheard you. Was that me? Maybe I totally misunderstood what you said. Or the other day you said this, now you're saying this. Let it be known I saw that. Because one of two things is happening. Either A, they just think you're a dumbass and you're not paying attention. Or B, they're a dumbass and they're not paying attention to what's coming out of their own fucking mouth. Either way, if we can do everything that we can to minimize the red flags as much as possible in the beginning, I'm not saying it's guaranteed to save the relationship, but we can seriously smooth out the energetic pathway and increase the chances of laying a solid foundation later on down the line. Because nothing is more heartbreaking, honestly, than watching a relationship go down the toilet over some frivolous ass, petty fucking bullshit. And god damn it, that happens a lot, man. God damn it, that happens a lot. You know, been together a year. Next thing you know, we're breaking up because a fight started because the goddamn toilet paper roll was on backwards. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you fucking kidding me? Don't let that shit build up. Because it will. It'll build and build and build and build and build and build and build, and then it'll pop and come out sideways at the wrong fucking time. Okay? Alright, y'all. I feel like those were the messages that my Sagittarius family needed to hear. So, I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Thanks again for tuning in and playing along. Don't forget, the information for personal readings is right down there in the description. Alright? I'm out of here now, y'all. I will see you sometime between now and the rest of all eternity.